Hello everyone, my name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man coming at you from my stateroom here on board Royal Caribbean's Enchantment of the Seas. And this happens to be the cheapest cruise that I have ever been on. I am still surprised at how cheap I booked this cruise for. I'm going to tell you just how much I paid for this room, and I'm going to tell you how you can score an equally great deal. You're going to want to hear this. So this cruise that I'm on is my 20th cruise, yet it's actually only the first time that I've ever booked a guaranteed stateroom. And you might be like, well, aren't you always guaranteed a stateroom? You book a cruise, you have a guaranteed stateroom, right? No, a guaranteed stateroom is actually letting the cruise line pick your stateroom for you, which is what I did in this case to save so much money. You essentially book the cruise and say, okay, I know I'm going on Enchantment of the Seas on September the 2nd, 2022. Pick a room for me, put me in whatever room. And often this is going to be the cheapest fare that you can find on your cruise. Now typically when you book your cruise, of course, you go through and you can pick what deck you want. You can pick if you want to be in the forward of the ship, or if you want to be in the aft of the ship, or maybe in the middle near the elevators. So for those people, if you have your preferred location, doing a guaranteed stateroom is not for you, because you're getting the opportunity to pick and choose your room location completely taken away from you. It's completely removed. But that's the money saver in all of it. You are giving up your opportunity to pick your room. You're taking a risk sometimes, because there are areas on a cruise ship where, well, no one wants to stay. No one wants to be right beside the elevator bank or the stairwell hearing people run up and down. There's certain crew-only areas where no one wants to stay. But when you book a guaranteed stateroom, you are telling the cruise line, okay, book my cruise and put me in whatever room you have and give me that savings on my cruise fare. You're typically going to find these guaranteed stateroom lower rates on Carnival Cruise Line, on Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian Cruise Line. I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to tell you if a guaranteed stateroom is right for you, and I'm going to tell you how much I saved and what I thought about my room assignment, since this was my first time ever booking in a guaranteed stateroom. Is this right for you? Who is a guaranteed stateroom for? It's for those that like to save money. In fact, I saved 40 to 50% on my cruise fare by booking my cruise this way. So you can save a lot of money if you're one who likes to cruise as cheap as you can. A lot of people have asked me in the past, how do you cruise so often? Well, it's because I save money. I cut the costs and things like this. Booking the lowest rate, the lowest fare that I can get, getting the cheapest room I can get. So if you're like that, if you're like me, and you want to save as much money as you can on your cruise vacation, then this is for you, booking a guaranteed stateroom. However, if you're someone, again, that likes to be in the front of the ship on a high deck, or maybe you like to be lower in the ship toward the back, this is not for you, because you're not going to get to make any of those choices. Again, when you book a guaranteed stateroom, the choice lies solely with the cruise line. So how does it work? How do you find these cheap guaranteed stateroom deals? Well, you go about booking your cruise as you normally would. So let's say you go on Royal Caribbean's website, you search for the cruise you want, you go into the booking, and if a guaranteed stateroom option's available, it'll say pick a room for me. That's the guaranteed stateroom rate. That means the cruise line is going to pick your stateroom for you. Now, you can pick from among an interior stateroom, an ocean view stateroom, or a balcony stateroom. So let's say you book an interior guaranteed stateroom. That means there's a 99% chance that you are going to be assigned an interior stateroom. Same thing if you do an ocean view, which is what I did. 99% chance that you're going to be in an ocean view stateroom. They're guaranteeing that you are going to be in that class or ocean view of stateroom. And I've heard of a situation or two in the past where there might even be an upgrade situation. So let's say they run out of ocean view cabins. They bump people up to balcony. So it's either the class that you've booked in or above. However, don't bank on getting those upgrades, because I don't think that's happening too much anymore. That was a long time ago when I heard about that. So if you book a guaranteed ocean view rate, be happy with any ocean view stateroom on the ship, because that's what you're going to get. Now, once you book your guaranteed stateroom, you're not going to see a room assignment for quite some time. So I booked this cruise in March. I sailed in September. It just noted on my booking, my reservations, anytime I went online to check out my reservation, it just noted that I had a guaranteed ocean view stateroom. It never gave me a number. Came up to check-in day. Check-in day is 45 days before the cruise. I still didn't have a room assignment. It still just said guaranteed ocean view. I think it ended up being about 3 weeks before the cruise. I just happened to open the app one day and notice, oh, 2140. I have my room assignment. I went on the deck plans, I looked at my room, and I was pretty happy with it. It's located toward the back of the ship on the second deck. Does have a window because it was an ocean view guarantee, and it looked like it was away from areas that had a lot of noise on the ship. So I was really happy with that. It wasn't right near the elevators or anything. So when I first got my assignment, I was really pleased. Now, would I prefer to have been on a higher deck? Absolutely. I like to be on the highest deck typically that I can be. And being here actually on the second floor means I can look out my stateroom window and see the fish swimming under the water. Again, it was all about saving money. And how much money did I save? Well, we're about to get to that. So keep in mind when you book your guaranteed stateroom that the actual assignment, the time frame on the cruise line giving your assignment, so mine was 3 weeks before. However, the cruise line will tell you that they hold the right to not assign you a stateroom all the way up until check-in at the pier. So you could go all the way to the ship, go all the way to check-in, and still not know your room number. You're not guaranteed to be assigned a stateroom until you're actually at the ship, ready to board the ship. And there is a reason for this. Cruise lines like to leave bookings open as long as they can and let people have free pick of the staterooms that they have available, because those people are paying more money. Like I said, you are saving 40 to 50%. Well, someone's paying 40 to 50% more for the same stateroom if they're picking it themselves. So the cruise lines want to keep these rooms open as long as they can, and then assign you a room once all those other rooms have been picked through. So essentially, you're getting the leftovers of what no one else wanted. So that's just a very general overview of the guaranteed stateroom process. You book a cruise, you book a guaranteed stateroom, you get the savings, you can make final payment, you can check in for your cruise, and then sometime, usually between check-in and actually boarding the cruise ship, you will get your stateroom assignment. Now, once you get that stateroom assignment, there is no changing it or moving to another location. No, you have agreed when you book the cruise to get a guaranteed stateroom. You're only guaranteed to be in that class. So if you come up getting a terrible assignment, I mean, that's unfortunate, but again, that's the risk you take in order to be able to save money. So speaking of money, how much money did I save? Well, I said I saved 40 to 50%. And I actually only paid $600 total for my cruise for a 6-day cruise. That comes out to be about $100 per day. However, I also got a promotional $100 onboard credit. So essentially, let's just call it $500 total for a 6-day cruise in an ocean view cabin. I just don't think you can beat that. It's certainly the cheapest that I've ever cruised. My first guaranteed stateroom experience, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. To save 40 to 50% on my cruise fare, absolutely I would do it again. This room would have been $200 to $300 more had I just picked it myself. So I saved $200 to $300 just by waiving my right to select my cabin on my cruise. Now, is it the perfect or the ideal room? No, it's actually quite noisy. I'm on the second floor, and I'm pretty sure that the engine room is not far beneath me because I can hear clanking and noises all the time. The room doesn't get quite cool. I like a very cool environment. So not the room I would pick again, but again, for the savings, if it's worth it to you to save 40 to 50% or whatever it is, I think it varies. Sometimes it might be just a few dollars. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comments. Have you booked a guaranteed stateroom before? What was your experience like? I love looking for savings and I love sharing them with you. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please go down below. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more cruise content and more ways you can save money on your upcoming cruises. And until next time, I'll see you on the next adventure.